All right, everyone, talk about a high-energy news story here, getting roughly a dozen different messages telling me that this is a thing. The Durham report finally out, entirely vindicating Donald Trump with regards to the Russiagate hoax and things attendant to it. Now, you can just look at the legacy media headlines and you can tell that it's a bombshell by how they're coping with this. So they're not talking about the fact that this vindicates Trump's claims, centrally, for the most part, or vindicates the concept that the Russiagate investigation based on the Steele dossier never should have been launched. If not illegal, was at least improper. Some legalese weasel words in there pulling the punch, but we'll get into that insinuation separately. Instead, they're focusing on the mere fact that Durham didn't explicitly state in his report that the FBI acted in a coordinated manner as an actual full-on entity. But that's never what was claimed other than hyperbolically by Trump and some of his core allies. Oh, the FBI is corrupt. Yeah, they're gunning for me. Well, Durham did find that numerous senior individuals at the FBI did that. They were politically motivated. They weren't analyzing material they were given properly. There was a rubber stamping process that was improper, and there should not have been an actual investigation. By the way, this rather undermines all of the various sub-investigations and in some cases imprisonment of individuals associated with Trump because the probe never should have existed in the first place. Something can be legal but be improper. That appears to be what Durham is insinuating here. Well, if there shouldn't have been a case and it was clearly politically motivated, that's what was explicitly stated here. Politically motivated material was given to politically motivated sub-officers within the FBI, and then the process continued and it was based on bullshit. The Steele dossier contains numerous factual errors and was created as op research by the Clinton camp. And Durham also notes that the FBI treated Donald Trump considerably differently from the way it treated Hillary Clinton when it was investigating her, and of course the email servers and so forth. So there's a political discrepancy. Everything Durham says hints at the fact that yes, and this is basically a Comey moment. When Comey came out and was talking about Hillary's emails, he didn't say that she didn't do anything wrong. Nay, not even that she didn't do anything illegal. He just said, well, but there was no malice here. But I'm coming out to tell you that she done fucked up. We're just not charging her. We're just not going to recommend charges to the DOJ. He basically screwed Hillary Clinton. Here you see Durham screwing the FBI. Yeah, they were politically motivated. Yeah, the case shouldn't have happened. Yeah, there were multiple failures at multiple levels within the FBI as far as protocol. They should have known better. Basically, they acted like a combination of dumbasses and politically motivated hacks. I just don't have evidence that it's an entire bureau-wide phenomenon, so for legal reasons I can't say, yeah, by the way, the FBI appears to have shown explicit top-down political bias in this case. But everything that Durham's saying with regards to the Russiagate hoax insinuates that. It implicates them as being politically motivated and ineffectual at normal data gathering and processing, analyzing what they've been given for, well, in this case, so-called evidence. Link in the description, archived, of course, one of the many write-ups about it. My challenge for you is go through the legacy media headlines, I'm talking about the Durham report, and see if other than Fox, which is, controlled opposition network #1, or a few missing link media, like maybe a Breitbart or something, other than them, all of the analysis, what does it say? Well, yeah, okay, but Durham didn't implicate a wider scandal within the FBI at an actual powerful level. He's just insinuating that the case never should have gone forward. But the thing is, that vindicates everything that Trump said. He said from day one it was a bunch of bullshit. People said from day one the Steele dossier was bogus. It was opposition research, literally from the Clinton campaign, that they later tried to blame on the SHIB campaign, which was awful convenient at the time. Hell, originally they took me in with their claim with regards to the Jeb Bush campaign. I probably should have known better because Jeb could never have pulled off such an intelligent stunt and gotten the FBI directly involved, etc., etc. The fact is that Russia did not influence the 2016 U.S. election to any meaningful degree. Trump's people were not involved with the Russians. I like how they talk about Michael Flynn lying and getting Trump had to pardon him, and now he's threatening to bring him back aboard a campaign, or maybe his running mate or something. But he was meeting with the Russians. He got found guilty of lying to the FBI about that. Well, okay, he talked to a Russian person. No, despite years of investigation, you didn't manage to find any connection between that brief conversation and any actual effort to overturn the election or illegally elect Trump. I note that election year, the people are allowed to question, by the way. You never found any evidence of that. The whole probe itself, according to Durham, never should have occurred. Well, if the probe never should have occurred, then there never should have been that arrest anyway, even if a meeting did happen, because there was never any proper evidence, properly vetted, to show that there was actually a connection between Russia at any state level or even the non-state level and the Trump campaign. It simply never existed. Now, I've known this for years. It was obvious, plain as day. Topical, original investigations and just looking at what you even got from the fucking media should have shown anyone that the Russiagate investigation was illegitimate. I would go further than Durham. I would say it is illegal because it was based on false pretenses. It was politically motivated and contained nothing but lies. The problem is if you start an investigation on false pretenses, like let's say that the cops raid your home on the false pretense, and they know that it's false. It's a hatchet job. They think that you're dealing drugs, supposedly, so they raid you. And they don't find any drugs whatsoever, nor did they have any reason to suspect that there'd be drugs there in the first place. And then in your home, they find an illegal firearm or something like that. Now, you'll probably be charged with that. You probably won't get away with having the illegal firearm. But is the reason that they knew that you had that firearm even pertinent? Well, technically no, because they never should have gotten the warrant to raid you in the first place. They didn't have probable cause. It was a rubber stamp, they didn't like you for some reason, and the judge was simply, you're the town asshole, they don't like you. That's basically what happened here. Donald Trump is evil. We've got to do something about this. We're going to go on a fishing expedition. Well, generally, although it's not always enforced, that's illegal. Durham should have probably pointed that out in his report. So again, you should take a look at this and also take a look at the headlines. You will see how damning it is for Trump's adversaries, especially at this particular political time and season when they're coping across the fucking board. It is nothing but a bunch of cope and a lot of lies by omission and structure. Read through a couple of those reports, see if I'm not right. That's about all. Peace out.